All right, everybody, how's it going out there? I'm Frank Persico. You already know that, right? I'm an acoustic solo musician here in New York City. And today I want to talk a little bit about COVID. Remember that, old friend? COVID. I want to talk about the effects of COVID 4 years later here. My perceived effects of it, anyway, on the live music scene here in the Big Apple, New York City. Okay? So it was 4 years ago, just about 4 years ago. I remember I had a calendar full of bookings, February, March, April, looking out into the spring at the casino, and I was all gung-ho to play, and got the phone call that we were going to cancel gigs for a couple of weeks. That sounds funny now. A few weeks we're not going to be booking live music because of this COVID virus. Okay. So we all know, I'm not going to get political here, but we all know that few weeks of shutdowns for musicians and live performers and Broadway and restaurants became way more than that, right? And it made people like me, who were live musicians here in the city, question the future, right? Our livelihood was pretty much stopped, along with many other people, but I'm speaking from my perspective, right? Because this is a music page, right? So, what to do? And here we are, and we're fully, obviously, back open, and it's 4 years later, and what has happened to the live music scene, especially for solo acoustic musicians? Has it kind of disappeared? What's the pay like now compared to what the pay was like before COVID? Is it busy? Are there more venues having music, less venues having music? Well, I want to talk a little bit about that. And surprisingly, I gotta say, I think, dare I say it, for a solo acoustic musician here in New York, I would say we're in the golden age. Okay? Times have been good. It's been busy. I see my peers, all of them seem to have a busy calendar. All of my friends and, colleagues, I guess. Do we call each other colleagues? For musicians? The musicians have colleagues? Anyway, they all seem to be very, very busy, and I could say that I've seen a very uptick in the last year or so of work. So now, what are the reasons? I mean, I've questioned these myself, even kind of trying to figure out why, And I think probably the biggest reason, we all know that there was this like reopening, like people were psyched to go back out. Restaurants, I think, and venues were excited to create some sort of environment to entice people to come back out. Not that people really needed much enticing. Everybody was kind of chomping at the bit to get out, right? I think it might have even, as much as, we all, as musicians, we tend to complain and we see that, things are not what they used to be, right? The way musicians used to be kind of revered and the way the music scene was, it was a lot larger than it is now. But I think to some extent, the COVID lockdowns maybe made people realize how much they appreciated live music. I also think that for a solo acoustic musician, in a way, the reopening of live music kind of helped people like us, like me, people who are kind of solo acts, scaled down acts, because we're not that expensive to book. And that being said, I did take some pay cuts getting back to work. And they still kind of linger. I haven't seen the pay go up. I've seen the pay come down. I think just because, I don't know about my colleagues, but I know I kind of slashed some prices because I was just looking to get work, But I think in general, for the solo acoustic act or the small act, in a way, COVID kind of almost has had a good effect on those who were able to withstand it, right? Those who didn't give up, those who had enough maybe money saved to be able to survive through the downtime of COVID and get back to work when work reopened. That's just one theory of mine. I don't know if it's true, but I will say that I feel like there's more venues here in New York that are having music now. I will say that from what I see from my friends, I said it before, I'll say it again, they seem to be very booked. It seems busier than it was before. Maybe that's just because now I'm paying more attention. Maybe it was always this busy. I don't know. But I think for those who survived New York during COVID, there is definitely enough work to go around right now. Now, how has it changed me? How has COVID changed my approach here? Well, for one, I sold my house. So that was a big move. My idea was to get out of New York and sell into the strength of the real estate market at that point in time. This was in 2021. And I did that to keep options open. Obviously, I didn't leave. I'm still here because there was work again. Okay, so that was a major change that happened as an effect of COVID for me personally. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see other musicians comment on what COVID changed about their business, their music business. I'd love to hear about it in the comments. But I just wanted to get on here, put on a college shirt, and talk a little bit about it. A little touching base post-COVID. I'm Frank Persico. Please like and subscribe. Leave me some comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.